Ethan Cole didn't cry, not in public, not in private, not ever. Not even when he became one of the youngest CEOs in New York. Not when he closed billion-dollar deals. Not when he lost friends to the climb he swore was worth everything. But on Christmas Eve, standing alone in his dimly lit corner office overlooking the city's glittering lights, he felt something break inside him. The world outside sparkled with joy, children laughing, couples holding hands, families rushing home. Yet for him there was only silence. The kind that echoed, the kind that hurt. He had buried his mother 3 days ago. She had been the only family he had left, the only person who reminded him to breathe, to eat, to rest, to live. And now the voice that used to call every Christmas Eve singing off-key carols was gone. He tried to work, to bury himself in numbers and reports, but everything blurred. His hand trembled as he shut his laptop. Tonight even the city felt too big, too cold, and too empty. Downstairs the lobby was quiet, illuminated by the soft glow of a giant Christmas tree, its ornaments reflecting memories he wished he had made. Ethan stepped out into the cold, pulling his coat tighter as snowflakes drifted in slow motion. He didn't know where he was going. Maybe home, maybe nowhere at all. His chauffeured car waited, but he waved it off. He needed to walk, to feel the ache in his chest settle into something manageable. A block away he passed a small cozy diner with fogged-up windows and a crooked open sign blinking. Something about its warmth pulled him in. Inside, Christmas songs played softly, and the air smelled like cinnamon and cocoa. Families filled most of the booths, laughing, exchanging gifts. He sat alone at the counter, suddenly aware of how out of place his expensive suit looked in a room full of holiday sweaters and children's sticky fingers. A waitress approached, wearing a faded apron and a warm, tired smile. Her name tag read Maya. "Long night?" she asked. Gently, he nodded. Something like that. Before she could say more, a small voice chimed in from beside him. "Mommy, can I sit here?" Ethan glanced down. A little girl, maybe 6 or 7, stood there clutching a candy cane and wearing mismatched gloves. Her eyes were round and curious, the kind that saw more than they should. "Go ahead, Lily," Maya said, giving her daughter a quick kiss on the forehead before hurrying off to serve another table. Lily climbed onto the stool beside Ethan, swinging her feet. She studied him with innocent seriousness. "You're sad," she said. He blinked, surprised. I suppose I am. It's okay to cry," she added softly. "My teacher says crying makes room in your heart for brave things." Her words hit him like a gentle punch. He forced a smile. "You're very wise," she shrugged, unbothered. "I had lots of practice. Daddy went to heaven when I was little. Mommy says he watches us, especially on Christmas." Ethan's breath caught. He looked away, throat tight. "But Mommy says people who look lonely just need someone to sit with them," Lily continued. "So I'm sitting with you." He didn't know what to say. No boardroom in the world had prepared him for the sincerity of a child who didn't know who he was, or maybe knew exactly who he needed to be in this moment. Maya returned with a mug of hot chocolate topped with marshmallows. "On the house," she said, her voice warm but her eyes observant. She clearly noticed something in his expression. Lily tugged his sleeve. "Why are you alone on Christmas Eve? Don't you have a family?" He swallowed hard. "I used to?" Lily's face softened with a kind of empathy far too deep for her age. Then she brightened suddenly as if finding a solution. "You can borrow my mom." Ethan's head snapped toward her. "What?" "My mom's the best," Lily said proudly. "She hugs really good. She makes the best pancakes. She tells stories that make you feel warm inside. If you don't have a mom tonight, you can borrow mine." The world blurred for a moment. Not from grief, but from something unexpectedly tender. Maya froze, overhearing the last part. But Lily continued confidently. "It's Christmas, and nobody should be sad alone." Maya knelt beside her daughter, brushing a curl behind her ear. "Sweetheart, that's very kind, but..." "It's okay," Ethan cut in, voice thick. "She's just reminding me what kindness looks like." Maya's eyes softened. "It's been a hard holiday for you, hasn't it?" He nodded. "No details, no corporate walls, just truth." "Then you're welcome to stay as long as you need," she said gently. The diner began to empty as the night deepened. The three of them sat together, sharing stories. Lily's silly school adventures, Maya's struggles as a single mom juggling shifts, and Ethan's memories of his own mother. Somewhere between laughter and tears, the heaviness inside him began to melt. replaced not with happiness but with warmth. A fragile, healing warmth he hadn't known he needed. When it was nearly midnight, Maya placed a small plate of pancakes in front of him. "Our Christmas tradition," she said. "We always share some with someone who needs a little extra love that night." Ethan stared at the plate, his eyes burning. His mother used to make pancakes at midnight on Christmas Eve. It was their silly little ritual. He hadn't told them that. He took a shaky breath. "Thank you, both of you." Lily leaned against him, her tiny hand wrapping around his larger one. "See? I told you, Mommy fixes hearts." Ethan let out a quiet, broken laugh, one that felt like the first real breath he had taken in days. And then it hit him. The realization, the turn he never expected. Sometimes family isn't given, sometimes it finds you. Before leaving, Ethan placed an envelope on the counter, but Maya pushed it back. "You don't owe us anything," she said softly. He shook his head. "This isn't payment, it's a thank you." Inside was a scholarship fund for Lily, enough to secure her future. Maya stared at it, speechless. Ethan bent down to Lily's level. "Thank you for lending me your mom," she grinned. "You can borrow her any time." When he stepped back out into the snowy night, the city no longer felt cold. The lights no longer felt distant. And for the first time in years, Ethan felt something quietly, beautifully true. He wasn't alone anymore. The world still had kindness, genuine, unfiltered, human kindness. And sometimes all it took was a little girl with mismatched gloves and a heart big enough to share. As he walked away, Ethan whispered into the night, almost like a prayer, "Merry Christmas, Mom. I'm gonna be okay." And he knew he would.